Saluki swag that we want with Saluki Women's Basketball, which embodies our integrity, trust, work ethic, and toughness. And we felt like he did such a great job of being such a role model for that. So a huge loss for us, but we definitely want to make sure that we are doing everything that we can to keep his memory alive and just to embody some of the things that he held very, very dear, and his loss is tremendous for us. So wanted to start off with that. Last few years we've had to replace key seniors. This year isn't any different with losing Kylie Gabelhausen to graduation. I mean, we've had to do that the last few years with Napier and Macklin and Pierre. So we feel as though that's not any different, but we are extremely excited because obviously we do feel like we have a great nucleus of young people. Obviously returning first team all-conference Nicole Martin, freshman of the year Abby Brockmeyer, and then all freshman team Mackenzie Sylvie, along with another very good veteran group of people. Feel like we can definitely challenge for that conference championship. That is our goal. It is our goal every single year. We got picked fourth again. I can't say that, I'm not sure what to say about that. I always think these preseason polls are worthless, but that's my own opinion. I think that, if our team has any kind of motivation, we can use that, because I did feel like it was a little bit of a slap in the face with the kids that we do have returning. But with that being said, we've got business to attend to, and that's what it all comes down to. We have key returners, as I mentioned. We've had kids coming back playing extremely well. I feel like Lauren Hartman has come back playing extremely well. Kristen Nelson's been playing extremely well. I think our freshmen, Caitlin Link and Peyton McAllister, have come in and provided great energy and doing some really, really good things. So I feel like we've got such a great nucleus of veterans and new kids that, I think the keys are going to be, how much better can we get every single day and continue to learn. I'm excited about our staff. I feel like I have the best staff around. We've got obviously addition to Jody Adams, who brings great experience, and then our graduate assistant Brianna Jones, I think another person that brings great experience in her role. But our staff has success written all over it. Every single one of them have been very successful, from their high school days all through their college and professional. So very, very excited about that. What is it going to take to win our league? I feel like good teams that don't get caught up in all the petty stuff. So that's going to be really important. Can we concentrate in on getting better regardless of who gets the credit? Do we have some positive leadership emerging on the floor? And then obviously the givens are going to be, we've got to be able to take care of the ball better, and we've got to be a better defensive team and a better rebounding team. So with those being said, that's kind of been our emphasis this early on. We do have a challenging schedule. I really like our schedule. I think that we're going to find out real quick, what we're all about. But UT Martin, I know, was picked second in the Ohio Valley. That's who we open up with. Hartford was picked second, I believe, in the American East. Western Kentucky's always been one of the top schools in Conference USA. Arizona State's supposed to be in the top 25. Obviously a Pac-12 team. SLU, obviously been picked in the top half. IUPUI has been picked second in their league as well. And then we have some regional rivals with SEMO, Murray State. We host the Compass Challenge, which consists of Northern Illinois, Eastern Illinois, Western Illinois, so that's kind of a state battle. So I feel like we've got a great schedule, but a challenging one ahead of us. I love the fact that we are playing some different regions, such as Hartford and Arizona State. I think that everyone thinks that we're going to Vegas just to have a good old time, but we want to win some games. So, but I'm very excited about this group of young ladies. they're very talented, you know, and like I've mentioned before, our key is going to be how much better can we get every day. And we can't stay settled on where we are or where we can be, but I feel like we've got a really good group of young ladies. And honestly, I think that we're just waiting for some leaders to emerge. And that, what I mean by that is vocal leaders. You know, who's going to be, you know, will our seniors step up with Selena Van Hefty and Ashley Hummel? Are they going to step up and be that voice of reason out there and help mentor everybody? Or, you know, what's going to happen? Because we just don't have someone consistently every day, and that's something we're waiting on. So, but anyway, I'd like to open it up for questions and whatever else we need to do. Nobody? I can leave?
How do you want to play defense?
You know, we want to challenge. We want to take away what the other team wants to do. I think that that's the biggest thing. I think that we've always tried to do is whatever someone's successful at offensively, that's what we need to try to take that away. However we do it. You know, we want to force tough catches. We want to force them out of their rhythm. We will probably play some full court. I don't think that we've been necessarily as full court as I'd like us to be. And I'm not sure we will always be. I think that we'll always throw different types of presses depending on what we're trying to do with against their personnel. So, you know, game to game, even last year, we've pretty much, you know, played to whatever we needed to do. Whether, you know, we played them a soft man or a, you know, a more aggressive man or a trapping man. We just try to do whatever we can to force them off their rhythm.
Cindy, I believe you guys were one of the, you know, the worst free throw shooting teams in the Valley last year. Where do you feel like you've progressed there?
Well, Todd, we're trying to keep this on a positive.
You haven't played games, so you're doing well.
Well, I will say that we take free throws extremely seriously. You know, and that's something we do every day. You know, we did it every day last year, and we will always do, is that we shoot free throws all the time. And we talk about, you know, we've got to be shooting 80% plus. So it's something that we definitely concentrate on. I know that there's a young lady in the room that we've talked a lot extensively about how much she gets to the free throw line, such as Abby Brockmeyer. And I know that she's been working hard on her free throws and being a lot more consistent. So I know she's worked on her three-point shot and being more consistent. So, you know, I think the kids really, you know, whatever they're not very good at, you see them spending that time in the gym working on. So I feel like that number will go up.
And what would it be like from Brittany Patrick and Nelson? You add 2 point guards, and then Sylvie was an excellent guard for you too. You know, how do you see your point guard position going this year?
Well, I see Brittany, Patrick, and Caitlin Link being more of our point guards. I think Chris Nelson will fill in at times there. We are going to try to use Chris Nelson more at the off guard, as well as Peyton McAllister. We'll probably use them more at off guard. What I love about our guards is the fact that they can all handle the ball. So, you know, if we need a Mac to get up and bring the ball up, she can get it done. So I don't think that's how we want to use her, though. So, but I do think Caitlin Link and Brittany Patrick will be our key, you know, 2 people battling in for that point guard position.
Abby and Sylvie play average over 28 minutes. Are you comfortable with that, or do you want to see them about 25 minutes?
You know, I think that we'll have some more depth there. You know, we were just really good with both of them on the floor. So, and I think, you know, stats tell you that. And we're actually trying to move Abby out to the off guard a little bit too, so that we can actually play a pretty big lineup. But I think that us saving them down the stretch as far as minutes is just going to depend on how our games go. You know, it's like you got to play them as many minutes you need to win. So if that's they'll only play 2 minutes versus 28 minutes, that's what we're going to do. So, but they both have very high basketball IQ and they play extremely well together. So it'd be nice. You know, I hope that I never get into a scenario like we had with Kylie Gablehausen. I mean, I think Kylie averaged 39.9 minutes every single day. So 28 minutes I thought was actually pretty good.
And where's Nicole Barton progressed the most?
You know, the thing I love about Nicole is that that kid is in the gym every single day working on different things. So she's getting a lot more consistent with her back to the basket moves, but she's able to get out on the perimeter a little bit more. We've had her guarding out on the perimeter more. She loves it when she has a wide open three, and she's able to knock it down consistently. And I think that's the big thing. I think Nicole makes it very tough for people to defend her on the perimeter. So we do want to utilize that aspect of her game. And that's probably where she's probably improved the most is, you know, getting 10, 15 feet from the basket and causing some havoc there. But, you know, she's just, you know, she's tough to defend in there. And, you know, we've added her sister, Kezia, to our squad. So we try to keep both of them as close to the basket because it's like, who else needs to rebound after those two are in there? Because they both can jump so silly, ridiculously good that, you know, we can utilize both of those guys.
I know you said you don't pay much attention to the polls and where you are in there, but what's it going to take to get through some of the tough Valley competition with, of course, Drake being probably one of the toughest teams in the conference?
Well, I think that's why we're concentrating on our defense. You know, our defense has to get better. I think that, you know, so many times when we've played, whether it's Northern Iowa, most states, or Drake, who are listed above us in the rankings, is it comes down to one or two plays is the difference of the ball game. And, you know, in many cases, their runs have gone off of defensive mistakes. So that was one thing that we've really emphasized this year is that our defense has to get better, and we've got to be more disciplined because we will play it right 98% of the time, and then the 2% we don't, they go on a run. We've got to be very disciplined 100% of the game, and that's something that's an emphasis of ours every day in practice.
What are some of the ways Coach Adams has helped the defensive principles?
You know, she's a great defensive coach, so she has great drills. She's brought a lot of energy drills. That's something that we needed. She's just a great teacher. So, I mean, and she's extremely detailed. You know, we go back and forth probably a little bit more because I'm always like, look, if it looks like this and it gets the job done, I'm okay with it. You know, where she likes it to look exactly perfect. But it's good. She's made me better. I think that, you know, just that hard-nosed, energy type attitude that she brings every single day. And like I said, she's just such a great teacher. And it's not, you know, she's just not guard-oriented, too. It's like, you know, she sees the game from a head coaching standpoint, which I know that I really appreciate because I think that, you know, we think a lot alike in regards to that. But I think our defense will be better, and I think it'll be a lot of credit to her for that. And so if we're not very good, it's blame on her.
Of course, you have a lot of familiar faces back in practice, but outside of your freshmen, how have Kezia and Gabby Walker helped your depth in practice?
Well, those two play so hard, and Kezia hasn't played since high school, and she's catching on pretty quick, and we've tried to keep her role pretty simple, but both of them know that they just need to play hard every day and continue to get better, and they're going to help us. And, you know, Gabby Walker is so freaking explosive, and just one of those hard-nosed kids that I can't wait till we can get her on the floor because I think that she's going to add that type of toughness inside that we need. But like I said, I think, you know, one thing that was seen with Kezia is the fact that, you know, I don't know how much we can use her. She can't always travel when, you know, every single time because she is doing has an internship and stuff. But, man, we might be able to use her as a defender here and there and throw her into the mix here and there just because she can get out and defend and she can rebound. And, you know, I don't think anyone can stop her when she's 2 feet from the basket and going up for the shot. So I think that you can always use people like that.
What more do you need from your fives? Hartman, Hummel, and Hefty?
Well, we talk about our fives need to be a presence in the paint, and I think that's is something that Nicole's always brought, and now we've got to get other people complimenting her, and then us being able to use her a little bit more facing, but we've got to have our fives. Our whole offense is around our fives. We want to feed the ball inside. We want to score inside the paint, and so having that post presence is huge for us, and I think that we've got a great group of post players that can do that. I think sometimes it's a confidence issue that we've got to continue to improve on to get better minutes, but I think that, heck, you know, especially Selena and Ashley, it's their last hurrah here, so I think that, you know, that should be an extra incentive for them to get it done.
Do you see Abby shooting more threes this year?
I see it. I don't know if she sees it, but I think that she's a really good shooter. I think that when she hesitates from shooting it, she's not a very good shooter. When she just cranks it, she's going to hit it. You know, when she sometimes will second guess herself, and that's where we got to get her a little bit more comfortable with that. But I do see her shooting more threes.
I mean, she's like your second leading rebounder coming back. Why do you want to move her possibly to the outside with it?
Well, she still rebounds. I mean, our four faces the basket a lot, so it's really not any different, you know, than what she, you know, what she's been doing. You know, just it's a little bit different in our scheme where, you know, we want to put her in a position where she's a little bit more of a go-to player, and move into her to an off guard will get her probably more touches than the four would, and that's why we would look to do that. But that's a great question.
Anybody else? Coach, what can you tell us about Hawkins?
Yeah, Tiagene will not be playing this season. She had re-injured her shoulder, and therefore it's just not good enough to put her through all the rehab, and they can't guarantee that it's ever going to get better. So unfortunately, she's going to become a student assistant, and then she will graduate in May, even though she had another year. She will graduate just because, you know, unfortunately, she just, you know, just another injury that kind of set her back. And I feel for her because she was playing really well. She came back in great shape, was playing really well, and she actually injured it on a non-contact. So when those things happen, you got to go with it. So, anybody else? Thank you.